everyone! Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Serin. So, I'm here back again, and today actually was the last day of my first ever English group study as a tutor, not as a student. And it has been a challenge to me, so I'm gonna tell you a little bit of this information about my story. So, I've always been a tutor in a class like just one-on-one, the kind of teaching style. So I always teach student, just one student at a time. So I've never done something like group study before. So that was something that I also wanted to do at some point if I'm fully able to teach students, like 3 or 4 students at the same time at once. Then I thought I could do it. You know, why not? If I'm fully available to do it. And then since after I got back to Korea, I was thinking like maybe I could do this right now because I thought I'm ready. But the thing is that I actually had to find some platforms, like some pools that I can look for some students who actually want to learn English from me. And I didn't have that kind of thing then. So I was looking for some platforms that I can find some students that I can teach at that time. And well, even before then, I knew this platform which is called Everytime. So Everytime basically is university-based platform that not most of, but still lots of university students in Korea, they use this applications platform which is called Everytime. And even when I was a student, like in my university, I didn't have any account and then I didn't actually use it just personally. I don't know why, but I wasn't just interested in it, I might say. So I didn't have this account even when I was in university, but after graduation, I thought it would be a great opportunity to find some students that I can teach in this platform. So I made this account in that platform and I was looking for some students that I can teach. And at first, like my limited level of students, it were like 4 students at a time. But thankfully, all after this application period, I finally got 9 students that I could teach. These 9 students, thankfully, they applied for my program, which is about English reading and speaking. So I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you for applying for my program. And it has been 8 weeks since we started this program together. And like one of the key parts that I really wanted to make sure in my program is that I was really wanting that these students would get a full confidence at the end of my program. So I was working on it. I was working on teaching them how to speak and how to read out loud English words and vocabularies and phrases, whatever it is in English, so that they can have this full confidence when they speak English later. Because as I know, most of Korean students that I've been teaching so far, they are lacking confidence when they speak English. So I thought that's one of the major problems that we have to solve when it comes to English education in Korea. And that's one of the purposes that I really wanted to make it through while doing this program just by myself. So I made this plan, I made all the curriculum just by myself, and I started this program last October. And yeah, it has been pretty fun. It has been really great time to spend time all together with the students. I mean, I really love the time that I spent with the students that I've been teaching so far. I thought I'm the one who is helpful to these students in my ex-university. But the thing is that I was actually the one who got so much help, so much inspiration So while I'm teaching them, like, I sometimes realize that I really need to study English more and harder so that I can be more fluent and more perfect in terms of this language. And that was one of the things that I really thought as something crucial and really valuable. That's the value that I've had so far while I'm teaching the students. And you know, and other things that I've been getting from the students is that, you know, I graduated this August, and at some point I thought like, you know, I'm not young anymore. I mean, honestly, I'm young, but just the fact that you graduated your university, it sometimes makes you feel like you're not that young anymore. But since I made this program, I've been spending this whole 8 weeks, 4 days a week with the students, and that just gave me so much power and so much energy so that I can keep up with my work. And that was just one of the things that I really want to say thanks to the students. You know, I wasn't the one who has been helpful in that class, but those students that I've been teaching, they were just so much potential, capable. I mean, obviously in terms of English, because I just saw so much possibility and likelihood of them improving their English, like in a real good level at the end of it. Because, you know, at first when I taught them how to speak, how to read, they were still really enthusiastic and very energetic of something that I was teaching them. And I don't know, like, after all these 8 weeks, I just felt like there wasn't actually a genuine advancement of their English, because of course it has been just only 8 weeks. Like, if you want to speak English fluently, then you have to practice speaking English like at least more than a year. That's actually the fact. I've been practicing English for like 2 years now. I'm still not perfect. Yeah, I'm still struggling to speak English in some way. So I understand this. So there wasn't this like enormous advancement of their English skill, obviously, but I felt so much power, so much potential in themselves. Like, at first they didn't even know how to use adverbs properly. So when I made them speak some phrases or sentences, they were just using like simple things like just subjects and verbs. After 8 weeks, most of the students that I've been teaching in that class, they actually got to this point that they could understand how to use adverbs properly. So when I made them make some phrases or sentences using vocabularies or words that we've been learning in this class, now they use adverbs pretty naturally and very organically, and that's one of the points that I felt so grateful. You know, it hasn't been really fun so far. I mean, I really loved it. I actually was really nervous and was really worried about the result that I would get at the end of it. I was like, if I were failing to get a good result after all this 8 weeks, I wouldn't start any other English group study anymore. But the fact is that most of the students that I've been teaching, they actually showed a possibility of improvement. So that's pretty enough, you know, to show someone your possibility of yourself. Then I think that's enough to prove yourself as someone who is definitely available to improve more, you know. And they've been following me really well, and you know, even if it's last day, I don't feel like it's last day because I'm gonna see them anyway later. Because I'm gonna do another English group study later in my university. I mean, in my ex-university. So So I just wanted to tell you that I'm feeling really great about the results that I got from this new project, which was pretty challenging to myself, but I've made it, and I just don't know what to say. I feel really good about it. Most of the students, they told me that, they asked me if I'm gonna do this pretty much the same thing in this vacation or maybe later in another semesters, I was like, of course I would love to, I'm gonna make my time, and I'm gonna make another curriculum so that I can adjust a little bit into a different way of teaching and learning English. So I think that's it. Yeah, it's just something pretty random, I wasn't supposed to record this video now. There's some stuff that I've been recording so far, so I need to definitely edit them. But yeah, I'm here, and yeah, I would say I had to speak to myself about how I feel now with this outcome that I got from all these 8 weeks of education. And it has been pretty educational to myself as well, because now I got to know how I should teach and how I should treat students, in a better way, because I've always done one-on-one private tutoring so far, and now I have a little bit of better understanding, I would say, of group study thing. Like you teach your students like 4 or 5 of them, and you need to know how to deal with it. You have to make sure that you gotta make them feel good about this curriculum and class in general. So Seoul has been snowing today all day, so yeah, it has been feeling really great. Thanks again to be here for me, to encourage me, and I would love to see you guys all in the next video. To be continued. Goodbye!